This stunt was in Southport, where we were having the convention, and it was announced, as you can see, as a sensational outdoor stunt, and that I would be doing an experiment they called Thoughts Out of Space, but we called it a riddle of the sands. The mayor was a 74-year-old man who had never flown in his life, but I asked him would he be prepared to go in a pleasure flight plane with an open cockpit, and he was a good sport and said yes. The main reason he said yes was because he said he would do anything to promote Southport, so he thought he would have to do this. Well, we had a huge assembly in the headquarters hotel, and amongst all those people there was a reporter who wanted to write it up, and the mayor, and I asked each one of them to think of a design from a large clipboard that I gave them. I gave them one each, and there were numerous different geometrical designs on it, and I asked them each one to think of one, but not to tell the other, not to tell me, of course, not to tell anyone else. And then they would be taken up in the plane, and only when they were up in the plane would they be allowed to tell each other which design they had thought of, and decide in mid-air which design would go inside the other. For instance, if one had thought of a square and the other one of a triangle, they could decide which one would go inside or outside. After they assured me that they had thought of one, I was not allowed to contact anyone in case I could get the information, and I was put in the mayor's car with a police escort and taken down to the beach, where hundreds of people were waiting in a large roped-off square which had been raked. And next to the square was this little pleasure plane, and the 74-year-old mayor went to meet the pilot, and when they were face to face, it was uncanny. They could have been twins. Both the pilot and the mayor, of course, and the reporter got into the plane and took off. Up in the air, while circling, the reporter asked the mayor which design he thought of. They decided which should go inside the other, and then they nodded to the pilot, who had been asked to shoot off a flare to let me know that they were now concentrating. Even the color of the flare was decided beforehand, in case anyone thought that would be a clue. He shot up a green flare into the sky, made quite an eerie effect. The music that was playing on the beach stopped. There was complete silence whilst I started my scooter, towing a bunch of barbed wire. And with that, I circled the area and stretched out a huge circle, and then went inside the circle and stretched in a reverse figure 3. I then pulled out 2 handkerchiefs to signal to the pilot that I was ready and he could land. And after the plane landed, the mayor was brought to me and showed me the design that he'd thought of, which was a reverse figure 3. And the reporter confirmed that he thought of a large circle. So they had decided to put the reverse 3 inside the circle. Well, it got a lot of publicity and a lot of excitement, and it was even mentioned on television, in the news, and then we had this amazing newspaper coverage, which was the biggest amount of publicity the British Ring has ever had, or probably will ever have, because television came into it, and there was a huge coverage. You can see some of the cuttings on this side. There's the mayor looking at the board of the designs. There's the mayor getting into the plane, and there's me on the scooter towing the barbed wire with the plane hovering overhead. And here you can see pictures of the crowd standing around Again, one of the scooters was a barbed wire behind it. And we had, unusually, an old-fashioned television camera, which was the latest thing at the time, taking the outdoor pictures for television. And here you can see the reversed figure 3 inside the circle with the people standing around. And that was a stunt I did in 1955.